Nobody's this hyped this early. They say I'm on drugs, but my only drug is hip hop. You love this life. It's the Morning Detour on the mighty CKUT 90.3 FM. Oh, this sound right this day. Let's switch up the headset. Montreal, my city. August 5th is a new holiday. August 5th is a new holiday, Tata. I ain't gonna hold you. Oh, boy. We gotta call this episode the Riverboat episode, Tata. We gotta call this the Riverboat episode. We own the folding chairs. We swimming across waters, breaking all kind of black stereotypes, but yo.
We got a new bat sign.
Oh, man. If you have not seen the Riverboat, I'm going to load up some videos here. Shout out to everybody on YouTube, Twitch, the Facebook. This is the number one urban morning show in the country. We apologize for the delay. It is the 50th anniversary of hip-hop. We're going to play some of our choice hits over the last 50 years. If one of your songs is missing, make sure you call us up 514-448-4013. I'm going to play Vibrant Thing. I'm going to do Big Pimpin'. I'm going to do Hot in Here. I'm going to do Dilemma. And, of course, I don't know if you don't follow us on Detour 514. If you don't know what we have going on. You know what, Dallas? You know what? Don't get me no beat on this until you load me up a Drake. Load me up a Drake early. Load me up a Drake early. Tata, I cried when I seen the guy swim across the water. If that wasn't the best display of black unity, of black camaraderie. We own the folding chairs. August 5th is a holiday. I don't know what we gonna call that holiday. But you know what? Give me a little Drake. Give me a little Drake. Let me talk to him if I introduce our featured guest this Friday. Hey.
Yeah.
7:16 in the morning. 7:16 in the morning. Montreal, my city. No more every morning show in the country. I'm your host, Weezy Moon Chaser, the Montreal Kobe Bryant. They know that I'm nice. They hate that it's me. I'm alongside Tata, the amazing Tata, the teacher, Tata, the professor. Oh, man. Emotional yesterday.
I cried.
Yesterday. Let me tell y'all, man, when I started this radio thing, a lot of people told me don't go to CKT. They don't pay you. What are you going to do with community radio? I say, I'm going to take community radio. And I'm gonna a wolf in sheep's clothing it and make it come off as the number one commercial radio show in the country. And that's what the plan. And doing this, you never thought, hey man, I'm really gonna touch out. And before I begin this, I want to say, man, thank you to Maggie. Maggie's like our producer. Maggie's our good luck charm. Anybody could have sent the email, but I'm telling you, when you have a certain feel about someone, you have a certain presentiment about someone, Maggie just has a way of just getting all the celebrities. So this morning, my number one woman crush. If you wasn't a teenager in 1999 and 2000, and you know, I think that's one of the best runs of hip hop, 1999 to like 09, one of the most beautiful runs. If you wasn't popping at the house party in the basement, Tata, knocking on the wall, leaving your jeans stretch marks on the wall. If you don't remember when she did Best of Me with Jadakiss, and then we got the remix with Hove, and it was footage from backstage. And remember backstage, they came to Montreal. If you don't remember Case of X when she's in the desert, popping the thing, if you don't remember Chicago when they did the soundtrack, her, Missy, Christina Aguilera. I mean, I can't even say her name. Aguilera. Pink, all of them. And they got the Grammy. This morning, we have R&B icon. She gives off this girl next door kind of vibe, but she feisty. I've never talked to somebody so earthy, so warm, so sweet. So now some of y'all didn't want to believe we were the number one every morning show in the country. But this Friday, we are going to prove it to you. This morning, we have R&B superstar Maya Harrison on the show. That's going to be around 8:30, but the whole show's lit. I guarantee you. We talked about everything. Maya will be performing tonight. She is in town. She's in Montreal. She'll be performing tonight at the Fierté Montréal. I know some of y'all going to feel funny about this, but it's hip-hop. I'm going down to Parc Olympique tonight. I'm going to be down there with my LGBTQ plus community tonight. Maya's performing. The show's called Distinction. It's over there at Esplanade du Parc Olympique. And we got a chance on Morning Detour to sit down here. Tata, how you feeling, man?
Listen, I couldn't sleep last night. I would have never fathomed that I would be in this situation. I've never been flabbergasted before, but I shed a tear. Weezy saw me shed my first tear. You know what I mean? Makeup was still intact, but it was just so overwhelming. Honestly, I could honestly say Maya is so down to earth. It's awesome.
This is one, man. This is one. I was sweating. The sweat was going into my eye. I had a little glass of wine on the side. My throat was getting dry. It's crazy and so surreal when like you really like tell yourself, hey, listen, I'm going to do this thing. And it starts to actualize. It's like, yo, I never thought in a million years we would sit down with Maya, Grammy Award winning, millions of albums sold worldwide. She's an advocate. She's a philanthropist, singer, songwriter, dancer, but also somebody that kind of like was part of our childhood. You know, Maya came out at 18. Maya was only a couple of years older than us, and we were teenagers when Maya was popular. When Aaliyah was out, you know, there's no Tinashe and a lot Jhené Aiko without Maya. That's all. They're all from the Maya tree.
Me, it was really her level of philanthropy and like civic engagement that really like had me in awe. That you could be so beautiful and still, you know, give back to your community in so many ways.
Yeah.
And she's such a caring person.
No, it's a big interview. It's a good look for Montreal. And I'll keep telling y'all, if you're a celebrity, if you're somebody of note and you're in town, you got to treat the Morning Detour like Hot 97 Power 105. You got to pull up to say what's up.
You got to.
See what's going on. Okay, so it's the anniversary of hip-hop. We're going to talk about the Riverboat incident in a bit. We're going to get into all of that. We're going to talk about Tory Lanez. We're going to get into all of that in a bit. I just want to play some songs that stood out the last 50 years. Hip-hop came from being a thing in the block. It was birthed on August 11, 1973, marked the beginning of hip-hop's journey from the block parties and park jams to its current place as the most impactful entity worldwide. Hip-hop has generally changed the lives of millions, shifting cultural norms and remaking the sounds of tomorrow using the voices of today. And while it all has its place, hip-hop artists, characters, and those narratives that respected the foundation have as much a story as any great novel. We have some great storytellers in the game today. Yeah. Kanye West, Drake. I love some of the narratives. Man, I just love the stories, man. Boy, there's been a lot the last 50 years.
I would even put J. Cole up there.
Before you say this, I was watching a video of J. Cole this morning. Yo, I'm a really big fan of J. Cole.
Yo.
J. Cole and Big Sean I like a lot. I don't know how people feel about some of these guys, but we're going to have some conversations. But also I'm going to point out some of the great hip-hop pioneers, Canadian. For those that don't know, a little education this morning, a little bit of everything. But now I want to wild out, shout out there on the YouTube, on the Twitch, on the Facebook. I'm going to get the soft light to brighten us up a little bit. I see us, we're going through it. We're getting a little dark in here. Let's play some hip-hop, man. 50 years anniversary. It's the Urban Morning Show. That's all we're going to do. Let's see if we can talk a little bit of smack on this. Let's see if we go down nostalgia lane a little bit this morning. 3 hours of sleep. It's okay.
Yo.
It's okay.
For like, I didn't get sleep, but I'm up. I'm awake, y'all.
Okay, Nels, play us something. Let's go do some shit, man. Let's see what Nels. So Nels and Tata curated this playlist that we're gonna play this morning.
Listen, I was sending lists I was sending songs at like 3 a.m. I'm in the bar and I'm checking my girl. I'm like, yo, what song really moved us back in the day? We have a list of like what 30, 40 songs. Like it's crazy.
So we're gonna play some more songs here. I'm gonna talk some stuff. Let's go down nostalgia a little bit. I'm gonna leave the mics on. Let's see if we can walk through some things a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's see what Nels want to go. My throat getting dry just like that Maya interview. You see how pretty she is? I think Maya and Pharrell are sipping from the same fountain.
Doesn't it make you want to go vegan? Talk to me.
I gotta go something. She said it was prayer and sleep. I don't know what kind of meditation she was on.
She said prayer, meditation, sleep, water, vegan. Like, listen.
Yeah, I can't even picture Maya getting hype. She is so mellow, so warm. It was so crazy. Montreal Mind City, 50 years of hip hop, man. This morning, Moon Chaser, Tata. This is number one morning show in the country. CKT 9.3 FM. If you're watching us on Facebook, on the Twitch, on the YouTube, good morning, salutations. I think we got some comments. Tata talking and saying we gotta get the screens more in front of me.
Yeah, you know what I mean. We definitely got the screens, but yo, this what Nels is gonna play. Nels on the ones and twos. We gotta give it to Nels because this, like Weezy said, this mix is curated by the one and onlys. But yeah, you guys are gonna love it.
Yo, big up to Gussie and them. You know, Function having their anniversary. Big weekend. Afrobeats versus dancehall tonight. Functions having their anniversary. It's a lot of stuff. We don't get to everybody. I know y'all messaging me. I'm gonna get to everybody. Good morning, Vanessa, the number one volunteer in the country. It's crazy, man. I woke up this morning, like, man, we really do the number one urban morning show in the country. We're a crew of 8 people, no funded. We're just trying to play some joints. Nels, you ready for us? Yep. All right, let's go. Let's get into it. Let's play some hip hop, man. It's too low. It's low. It's the Morning Detour on the mighty CKT. Bring them out. Oh, you remember this one came out, Tata? Swiss could have missed. I'm telling you, let's go. Oh, yeah, when the South was making that resurgence. In the state wanna see by me, the whole city got pissed. He got 3, that other rapper. Montreal, my city's number every morning show in the country. Moon Chaser, Tata. This is the Morning Detour. Let's go. Now, Raw don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, strippers getting naked before I sat down. Still ballin', money stacked tall. Up your phone on the request line. What? If you don't have Missy as one of the top hip hop creators, innovators, the best videos of all time, what? Missy looks better now than she did before.
Okay, I loved her all looks. Okay, all sizes.
Oh, I like garbage bag Missy.
You.
I like. Hey. Oh. You guys know about me? This that 2000s. This that early. Oh, let's go, DJ Nelson.
Come on, is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it and reverse it. It's your primitive.
Imagine if they were twerking back then. Imagine if they're twerking back to this.
They were, but we didn't call it twerking.
That you were. Gotta work, yeah. It's your primitive.
We just gonna go through some hits before we get into some hip hop news. Go to something. Give me some. Chill. Okay, Nelson's in her Timberland bag right now. She's in that Magoo tree. She's in that Magoo tree. Let me go.
Right here, man.
If you guys don't remember Big Tigger in the basement, if you guys don't remember AJ and Free 106 in Park, if you guys don't remember Sita's World, we can't talk. Let's go.
I've been going for a minute, now I'm back with the jump off. Goons in the club, case something jump off.
Yeah, personally, I have Kim above Foxy. I ain't gonna hold you. I have Kim above Foxy all day. I don't know where you land on this Tata, but Kim is hardcore. Let go.
Black Barbie dressed in Bulgari. I'm trying to leave in somebody's Ferrari. Spread love, that's what a real mob do. Keep it gangster, look out for the people. I'm the wicked bitch of these. You better keep the peace. Or out come the beast. No matter what people say.
Yo, Eve came in, shut the game down, married a billionaire, like I'm good.
No matter what people say.
Man, you don't remember being on the bus? You don't remember going to Villa, going to West High?
Listen, I remember going to Villa.
Whoa!
I've been a lot of places, seen a lot of faces.
Yes.
Oh, hell, I with different races.
I remember back then, this was like the wet weather back then. This was racy. Hold on, Nessa, let Kim ride a little bit. Let Kim ride a little bit on this one.
Damn it. From down south used to like me to spank him, but his mouth. And Thorny, he was a talent.
This is like the Cardi B workout plan right here.
From dark to the moment, called this girl up and told her we was boning. Puerto Rican Bobby used to be a DJ, but now he be on the weekend. And this black dude I called King Kong, he had a big axe and a hurricane tongue.
Some of you guys are still trying to figure out how many licks to get to the center. Cisco up! When Cisco left Drew Hill, he went off. The Thong Song King. Oh, now you're going to it. It's the anniversary of hip hop. Moon Chaser Tata. Oh, you and Tata was curated, huh? Make sure you get the Morning Detour playlist. It's on Spotify and Apple. The Morning Detour. Let's go.
Misdemeanor on the floor, pretty boy, here I come. Pumps in the bump, make you wanna hurt something. I can take your man, I don't have to set some. Hang him out the window, call me Michael Jackson. I'm a pain in your rectum. I am that y'all slept on.
Yeah.
Heavy hitter rhymes, better call me rerun. Hey, I'm what's happening.
DJ Nelson's going through it. This is the anniversary of hip hop. We're gonna play some music. We got some hip hop news coming up. We're gonna talk about touring a little bit. I want to hip hop a little bit. Now it's with the bombs and the gunshots. It's like Christmas. I don't know what's coming up next.
I heard the Tim and started from Katrina. Well, I heard the bitch got hit by 3 people like a monkey. I can't stand it.
It's taking us back.
When I walk up in the piece, I ain't got any speed. I'm a bad man, my jumper got dagger. Y'all people ain't got it like me. I ain't studying these crows. Need to talk what you know. Stop talking about who I'm sticking and licking, just mad it ain't chose. I know y'all pull, y'all job just hanging up close. Step to me, get burnt like toast. Y'all suckers adios amigos. Post. I don't brag, I mostly post. From the VA to the LA coast. Is it?
Whoa! Hold on! We need more bombs this morning. No, you gotta give me all the pull-ups. Yo, This is the most beautiful thing about Missy. Missy can sing, Missy can rap, Missy can give you the videos. But when she gave you her heart on this one, Tata, when she talked to you on this one, Tata, this is hip hop.
Don't explain, never change.
What?
Same old thing.
Some of you brothers won't change, Tata.
Never.
With me.
Show me my ring, baby, let me think.
You want to be with a girl for 5 years. You don't have 2 kids. Y'all don't want to live together. She ain't taking that.
How do you expect me to ever believe you won't be?
Say what? A little Mo, early, young Mo. This is the Pay My Bills Renaissance.
Let me know if you will. No.
You guys don't like hip hop, this ain't the show for you. This ain't the show for you. We're in the right place. Let's go. DJ Nails in the bag this morning, the 50th anniversary of hip hop. The Godfather himself, ho!
What's my motherfucking name? That's who I'm rolling with, huh? Better get it right.
Watch how we talk to them.
Yo, hey, why I flow sick?
Okay.
Oh, y'all haters know.
Streets is watching.
Those bricks, money, cash, money.
You remember him and Jermaine Dupri in the video?
Mayhem, romance for the street.
What?
Only wife of mine is a life of crime. It says life's a mini skirts and big checks. How can I not flirt with death? That's life's a nigga. Long as like dinner.
Yeah.
We gon' send a lot and pray to Christ forgive us.
Whoa.
Ice the wrist and raise the price on these niggas. Y'all can't floss on my level. I'll invite you all to get with us. If you ball, let's glitter. When I go on the Hall of Players wall, my picture. If you get close enough, you can read the scripture.
Yeah.
Beats, money, cash.
Money, cash, what?
Check it out now.
Hey.
Shout to that age group,
Hold up.
30 and above. That vibrant thing.
Real good girl.
Hey,
Biggest thing in my itty bitty world.
yeah.
Call her up and she made me feel right.
DJ now.
Wish the bliss could never take flight. Sitting back with this mic in my hand. Spitting hot shit, trying to see grand. Imprinted on my mind every minute. Make my plans and you always in it, y'all. Such a vibrant thing. Vibrant thing, a vibrant thing. And even though we both fly, give each other space and not the evil eye. Acting like grown-ups. Don't even try to hide cause the spot blown up. Girlfriend telling you she wanna see. I say I don't know, but you say gladly. And when we both do it, we go on and 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 on.
West Side, bad boy. You know who the Gone too soon. Gone too soon. When Pac give you this one.
First off, in the click you claim. West Side, when we rock, come we quick.
That East Coast, West Coast beef was crazy. That Source Awards was everything. We'll talk about Benzino in a little bit. Well, Pac was special. Pac was special, man. Oh, we missed Tupac, baby. Oh, there we go.
Keep on coming while we running for your juice. Steady, keep on busting at them fools. You know the rules.
And all the whole old heads listening, like, what is going on this morning? We don't get to some hip hop news. We coming. It's the anniversary of hip hop. It's only right. We gotta play these joints. Let me go.
So please, I let them know it's on for life. Don't let the West Side ride the night. Bad boy, get your caps peeled. You know, see, grab your when you see Tupac.
Yeah.
Call the cops when you see Tupac. Who shot me, but your pumps didn't finish. Now you're
Big
about to
song, big song, big song.
hit 'em up. It's out. You mother know what time it is. I don't even know why I'm on this track. They ain't even on my level. I'm gonna let my little homies ride on you. Made ass bad boy. Feel.
Yeah. Dr. Dre. You can't tell the story of hip hop without Dr. Dre, man. This dude's a genius. That's still Dre. Let's go. We gotta go back to nowadays, man. Yeah, go with that for them. Boy, Tati, we'll take you back to your rapping days, Tati. You know how we do things.
It's still Dre Day, AK. Though I've grown a lot, can't keep it home a lot. Cause when I frequent the spots that I'm known to rock, you hear the bass from the truck when I'm on the block. Ladies, they pay homage, but haters say Dre fell off. How? My last album was The Chronic. They wanna know if he still got it. They say raps change. They wanna know how I feel about it.
You ain't up on game.
Dr. Dre is the
Snoop has one of those iconic voices, right? If you ain't up on game.
Still not loving police. Still rock my khakis with a cuff in the crease. still got love for the streets.
I told y'all right now, no more every morning show in the country. Mo Jason, Tata, show me the show and on that can rock like us. Let's go.
Representing for the gangsters all across the world.
Still
Hitting them corners and them lolos, girl.
Still taking my time to perfect the beat, and I still got love for the streets. It's the DRE.
Representing for the gangsters all across the world.
Still
Hitting them corners and them lolos, girl.
Still taking my time to perfect the beat, and I still got love for the streets. It's streets.
Nails on the mix.
Oh boy, we go full West Coast now. That California Love video was crazy on that Mad Max. Man, we miss Tupac, man. But I think Tata thinks he's still alive.
Now listen.
California.
In the city.
Pimpin', baby. That's right. Big pimpin'.
This gotta be one of the top 10 hip-hop videos of all times. When Jay-Z did Big Pimpin' on the coast of Trinidad. Let me go!
Know why? Thug 'em, hug 'em, love 'em, leave 'em.
Cause I don't
trust or need 'em.
What?
Take 'em out the hood, keep 'em looking good. With diamond cuts that'll freeze 'em.
What?
First time they fuss, I'm breezing.
I'm gone.
What's the reasons? I'm a pimpin' every sense in the word, mama. Better trust and believe him.
Yeah,
In the cut where I keep
you remember Dave Tata?
till I need to beat it up with a BB. Then I'm picking them up. Then I play when they cook in the truck.
She said,
Many chicks wanna put jigger fists in cuffs.
What?
Divorce him and split his bucks. Just because you got good sex, I'ma break bread so you could be living it up.
nah.
I pass with nothing, y'all be frontin'. Me give my heart to a woman. Not for nothing, never happen. I'll be forever macking. Hardcore to the assassins. I got no passion.
I got no patience, and I hate waiting. Let's go!
Listen here, let's ride.
The number one every morning show in the country. This is the Morning Detour. I got to play two commercials. I need a sip of the dragon before we continue. I need a sip of the dragon before we continue. This is the shit, man. I tell you, there you go. Morning Detour on the mighty CKUT 90.3 FM.
Like performing from uptown, downtown, inside, out of town. We got
the madness. I was trying to play this commercial. I gotta turn after. Oh, I didn't have the thing attached to the top. Hold on, we're gonna go back on this. I gotta take a sip. Tata, kick it off. Hold on a second.
Listen. I want to talk about this brawl. You know what I mean? I'm ready. Yeah. I'm ready to get my chair. I see people getting their tattoos up. You know what I mean? Montreal, my city. Yo, it's early, and we have an ecstatic show. Legit. I don't think you guys realize how lit we are right now. We're like on cloud 9. It's vibing. It's the 50th anniversary of hip hop. Yeah.
Okay. No matter what kind of black person you are, you know, because not all skin folk is kin folk. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I kept seeing this thing about, you know what kicked off me when I saw the meme with Farrakhan. And Farrakhan had that face like this thing. It's like, okay, black people looking at the Montgomery thing. But I didn't catch on because I know Sabby's gonna send me the thing, right? 2 days ago, I sat down, Shorty put a thing on. She's like, yo, you gotta watch these videos. Can we walk through this a little bit?
Yeah.
Can we walk through this a little bit?
Yeah.
I had to pull it up somewhere. Can we walk this a little bit?
Intro.
Okay, so what do you want to do? You want me to read the article first? Or you want me to go into my takeaway first?
Let's go into our takeaways. Then we get to the article last.
See, I saw the video and I was trying to understand what's going on. First of all, if you guys don't know, Montgomery, Alabama is about 51 minutes away from Selma. That whole area is like deep south. So you remember Martin March, all of our great black civil leaders march. Alabama is man, deep rooted in deep hate and racism and all kind of thing. But I think we have found our broken point.
Listen,
as black people, I think we found
the
our broken point.
ancestors are smiling.
So I'm watching the video. First of all, my first takeaway: why are white people trying to go off when there's a whole boat full of black people? I guess they thought we couldn't swim, right?
It's called the P word, privilege.
So for those that don't know the story, this platoon boat, I don't know what the platoon boat is anyway. So the small boat was blocking the bigger boat that has a whole bunch of passengers from clearing the way. So the captain goes over. I was like, yo, look at this brother. He done went over the shore. He went over just telling you guys move the thing so you can move our boat. Then I see the guys like, and you know, this is white people with no shirt on, right? So I see them getting more and more pink. So I'm like, are they getting mad because the guys asking them to move? They're a little boat, and there's a whole boat full of black people. So like 80 billion cameras on,
Apparently,
right?
they were saying racist slurs. By
Yeah,
the
so
way.
apparently it's racist slurs. So, you know, and this could be somebody's uncle. This, you know, I feel like his name was Jeffrey, and I feel like he has a good barbecue. I feel when you go to his house, he has a good barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
I can relate. Any black person in the video, you can relate to the guy. Then I saw the white dude come from down the dock, jumped in the air like Naruto, like he was in Dragon Ball, lift his 2 knees, and deck them on them.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
I said, oh no, this gonna go left.
Yeah.
I said, this
I
gonna go
didn't
left.
know what to expect when I seen that.
Well,
part.
I didn't expect our brother, we gotta get his name, to throw the hat up in the air. One thing that if you're not black, you need to know about black people. A lot of black people are into wrestling. And we grew up with our cousins coming over, especially in the Haitian community. Your cousins coming over, and we've been fight them, push the beds together, used all the pillows. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
He threw the hat in the air, and he's like, and that was the international sign.
That is,
now
we ready to brawl.
We ready to brawl, and that's enough. Shout out to that 16-year-old kid. I cried when I seen it. I know, Tati, you don't take it from there. When I seen him jump in the water.
Listen.
And swim. Some people are telling me he don't even know how to swim properly. He was dog paddling on top of the thing.
Listen. I said the same thing because anybody knows if you jump, the man walked into the water, eh? Did you see he stepped out and he walked into the water? He's not, you can tell he might not be like a swimmer, you know what I mean? But the thing that people need to understand is that that very port is the same port that a few decades ago was used to sell slaves.
Yeah.
To sell enslaved people. So I find that is such it's so ironic that on that same port that, you know what I mean, was used to slave our brothers and sisters and our, you know, our ancestors. Now
I don't want to promote.
It's a new holiday.
I don't want to promote violence, Tata, but if you as a black person cannot watch that Montgomery Riverboat set of videos and not feel proud.
Listen.
Yo, I cried. And then you had the other group of, they're like the 3 black Avengers that came down. Karen was in the water.
Yeah, it was intense.
We're not promoting violence, but enough is enough.
It was intense.
We are going to do 2 things this Friday morning. First of all, August 5th is a black holiday now. We don't care what it is. People have already gotten tattoos of the folding chairs. People have made t-shirts. First of all, I was telling my boy, at work, Steve, I said, first of all, we should have claimed the fold-up chairs from time.
Yeah.
We should have claimed the fold-up chairs from time.
The black hat is the new signal. It's the new let's mobilize signal.
With the black cat?
Yeah, the black cat.
What black cat?
The black cat.
Yo, the black cat is everything. Yo, get that kid that swam across the water. You got to get his GoFundMe. But hold on, DJ Nail's about to clock in with us. Give us her take on it.
Yeah.
So
I've seen the after photos of them people, them face. One girl's, her nose is long like Inspector Gadget, all black and all blue and stuff like that. I couldn't believe how these women were actually jumping in the brawl to kick this black guy in his face. And I'm like, did they really think that they weren't going to get no hands? Did they think that they weren't going to catch
And this is all over the captain asking him to move a boat. So
it's
now
called privilege.
So I don't know what it was, Tata. I'm like, I saw the dude tell the guys to move the boat, and then they start surrounding him. And there's a whole boat of black people watching this. I'm like, this is not going to go well at all.
But you see, this is the first time I've actually seen a bunch of bystanders really like mobilize to come to the aid of somebody. You know what I mean? It was interesting to see. At first, I was like, okay, are they just gonna let this mob jump this man? You know what I mean?
I would like to hear what the people got to say about this. I got to open up the lines as we get Nels clued in here. I'm trying to find what the hell the other chord is at.
One of the guy actually on the radio, the one who took out the folding chair, he actually made a comment. He said he went blank, okay, with that chair. And when he started like swinging that chair, all he could think of for all the times Rosa Parks had to give up her seat.
No, I just want to ask you. You don't have to be shy. Nels, step up to the mic. When I ask Nels all kind of intrusive questions now. Nels, walk us through where you saw the video. Did you see it from August 5th or you saw it like yesterday?
I saw it like yesterday.
Okay, so did you see a video that had like already had like people with their commentary, or you just saw the straight video? Which one you saw first? And walk us through your emotions.
I just saw everybody backing him up and like beating on the people, like the guy that said, I don't know what he said to him, but I just saw them back up and I felt good. Like, I felt like, yeah, that's what he deserves. Good for his ass.
We're not promoting violence, but enough is enough. You know, I always say all the time, you know, Y'all can follow that Michelle Obama playbook all you want. You know, when they go low, we go high. That's cool and fine. That's cute. It means well.
They went really high. It
means well. Sometimes I believe you gotta let people know you're a wolf. Sometimes you gotta let people know you will bite them. Oh man, it's crazy stuff. Did you cry, Nels, when you saw the kid swim across the water? I don't know where he was going. He was. The fight was already in progress.
Listen, he ringed out his afro. You know what I mean? He squeezed out the water out of his afro, out of his shirt before he got busy.
Were you expecting him to swim across the water?
No.
Who called him a black Aquaman?
The boat was moving too slow. He's like, I cannot let my brother there.
The boat wasn't moving at all.
5 people. Yeah, it was waiting.
Because the platoon was moving around. Well, you know. Well, since we have Nelson and we do a little bit of music, let's get into the drama. I've been heartbroken as well. It's kind of a mixed bag of nuts. You know, I like to call them on the weekly here. My boy Tory Lanez. My boy Tory Lanez sentenced to 10 years in prison for shooting Megan Thee Stallion. Like, you would have swore like he killed Megan Thee Stallion. He got. I'm not trying to make a light of the situation, but I just don't like Megan Thee Stallion.
He got more time than pedophiles, just to say.
Wow.
And that's crazy.
Yeah, he got more time than that rapist, that white dude at the school. He only got 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the 2020 shooting of Megan Thee Stallion, the sentence for the 31-year-old Canadian rapper, whose legal name is Daystar Pearson, was handed down Tuesday after several delays. So obviously, Lane's lawyers plan to appeal the verdict and to attempt to have him released on bail while they do. Boy, so look what the article said. So it said, Tuesday brought an end to a dramatic trial that created a cultural firestorm in the hip-hop community, churning up issues, including the reluctance of Black victims to speak to police, gender politics in hip-hop, online toxicity, protecting Black women, and the ramifications of misogyny noir. I actually looked up what misogyny noir is. And a particular brand of misogyny Black women experience. A lot of stuff came up when we did this thing, boy. This Tory thing, it's kind of mixed back in us because she did get shot. I don't know he shot it. Do I think they're trying to make an example of Tory? Yeah. You know, the American law, all justice system is kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, if you have money, you can pay it off. But I think they're really trying to make an example of Tory at this point.
At this point, I have no comment. I feel like there was enough evidence. So if there was enough evidence and like you could see that it was actually done by him.
Yeah, I do feel like you definitely. I do feel slacking.
For sure, I'll be like, yo, you know what I mean? But at this point, you can't expect me to have an opinion on something without having all the clear facts.
So we'll put Nels on the hot seat. Nels, do you think he did it? Yes or no? Did he do it? Yes or no? You looking at Tory? Because I ain't heard you play no Tory yet. And you've been here 2 months.
Listen, I had a Tory song for you last week.
There better be one. There better be one this week. Early next in the mix. I ain't hearing no Tory in a minute.
We're gonna do a Tory dedication mix just now.
Okay, it's good to see you still got love for Tory, man. So you guys don't look at Tory like he's like a woman beater.
No, Tory is a creative genius. You know what I mean? Especially when he sold those copies and he turned the cover of his label into NFTs and sold them all for $1 and made $1 million in like a few seconds.
Yeah.
That was intense.
It's crazy. So what do you have on your hip hop slate over there?
Listen to me. Do you really want to know? Do you really want to know?
Yeah, we put a little bit. The big dog Rito Joseph's in the building. Talk about the Black historian. He's like the Canadian Cornell West in the building. Yeah, be a little bit.
He's like, oh my God. So Questlove actually announced that he's writing a new book to celebrate the 50 years of hip hop.
Okay.
So he's put in his sick pen back to work again. And this time he's writing about the history of hip hop in time for its 50th anniversary. So Variety broke the news that the Roots artists will be penning hip hop history, which will be released on Awa Book imprints. The book is scheduled to be released in the first quarter of 2024. And he says it's because no one else is writing it. He said, I'm doing this because somewhere out there in 2031 or 2041, there will be a little girl or a little boy or a little kid who really needs to know this knowledge. And I think it's good. You know what I mean? It's time that someone becomes a scribe and actually shares that history. And it's awesome that he's doing that because he's done a plethora of books already.
Yeah.
Very intellectual individual. And I look forward to it. There'll also be digital copies available.
It's got to be the right one, though. It's got to be the right person with the stories.
Listen.
What madness do you have?
Okay, so you know Lizzo. I don't know how I feel about her anymore, but
somebody lied.
Listen, so her troubles continue because apparently there's way more ex-staff who are, making allegations about hostile work environments. And all she's saying is that I'm hurt. And it just sounds to me of like some privileged freaking woman who really doesn't care to hear out what people have to say. But now there's no longer 3. There's about like six to 9 people who are coming up talking about really forced, overly sexual environments and very hostile workspace. It's crazy.
Do you put more weight into an accusation based on the number of people that come out? Because they're all gonna get paid. So once you saw the first 3 and you saw, okay, this issue's kind of sticking, I'm like, there's a payday here. And you know how Americans are. So my question to you is that the more people that come on and say this thing happened, does that make you further more believe it really happened?
I feel like it's just like the Me Too movement. We know those things happen all the time, but sometimes people don't feel like they have the room or space to be brave and to speak their story, especially with the repercussions. And we know that like numbers speak volumes, right? One person speaking out is nothing. But once someone speaks out and like it resonates with other people that they have the shared experience, they feel more compelled to do the same.
So now, how do you feel? You think Lizzo's a monster? She had them trying to bite bananas out of girls' coochies in Amsterdam. What's going on there?
Oh my gosh.
Is Lizzo a monster? Nels, you're a DJ. You play the song. You're smart enough not to play Lizzo on our show. I'm not a Lizzo. I don't like Lizzo's music at all. Do you think Lizzo's a monster?
She has no comment. Me is just the fact that she just said I'm hurt. Like it reminds me of the time that I addressed something to somebody about like how what they're doing made like people feel like racialized people feel like the help. And like I got a comment back a few weeks later and it was like, oh, your comment hurt me. Versus let me break down how you felt, why you felt that way, and try to make sure that it never happens again.
I need someone to come up with some footage, man, because it's tough when it's like
he wants the banana footage. That's all he wants. He wants to know really how they got down.
I don't even know if I want to go to that show because I don't know. The pH balance mixed with the banana, then it's coming out of a certain spot. I don't know what's going on. But like when 2 people have conflicting stories, how do you know?
The only person that has a conflicting story, who has no conflicting story, just denying it, is Lizzo. But everybody else who's accusing it is all along the lines of the same thing. Apparently that she underpaid them. So much stuff that they didn't expect coming from a woman who promotes all this body positivity.
I'm not even making a joke. I'm about to get cat. I was about to say something about cheeseburgers. Hey, let's move along, man. Let's move along, man.
Stop it. So Biggie's estate actually has been teaming up with Budweiser to relaunch the classic hip hop magazine Word Up.
Oh, that'd be dope,
right?
But these kids don't read. These kids don't read. Yo,
I used to read Word Up magazine.
They're not. First of all, printed publications are dying.
They're having digital copies as well.
But and that brings an interesting question. I'm glad you brought it up. Let's talk about the Source magazine. On Anniversary Hip Hop.
And XXL. I used to keep them under my mattress.
I think a lot of people forget how influential Benzino was. I think a lot of people forget how influential the Source magazine was. Like rappers really look forward to getting the 5 mics. These young kids won't even know, and that's cool. Like I don't need all the young generation to know all the old shit that happened. But for us, that if you 32 and above, y'all know what I'm talking about. The Source was everything. We got the fashion in the Source. We got the reviews on the albums. A lot of us based our selling. You know what I mean? We took the a lot of y'all girls' rooms. Everybody's room was painted with Word Up magazine and Source. But I think sometimes one of the things in hip hop, sometimes we forget things that happen just because it doesn't happen no more. But the Source was like a part of hip hop culture to the core. Benzino was that guy. And I saw a video of him saying, he's like, there was a point where I had more money than Jay and Diddy.
Well, I could somewhat see that, but at the same time, it's like if you fell off, you fell off. You know what I mean? If you don't know how to maintain that longevity, it ain't no one else's problem but yours. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you had your accolades, yeah, you had your point where you at your pinnacle, but you ain't right now.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
I'm sorry.
This hip hop thing with a magazine. So you want to give them one more, then we'll go to the mix and then get Rita in here.
Okay, so apparently Beyonce's Renaissance tour, okay, has made astronomical earnings. Okay, so according to touring data, it reported that the Queen Bee's Renaissance World Tour has now become the highest grossing trek of all time by a Black musician.
Yeah.
Okay, topping Prince, topping
that's crazy.
Everyone, Michael Jackson, it's nuts. So the concert series has generated almost 300 million from 33 shows so far, with 23 shows still left on the schedule. You know what I mean? She also broke the all-time record for the highest grossing concert by a female, as well as a Black act, for her July 29 and 30 performance at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. So over the weekend, fans endured a massive storm to see Beyonce's performance. And a lot of them were like, possibly couldn't get home safely because the metros are going to be closed.
It's okay.
She paid
Yeah.
She paid
She
for the
got
Metro
it.
to stay open another hour.
Okay. You're Beyonce's assistant. I've always wondered this. Rito Joseph in the building as well. I've always wondered, you're Beyonce's assistant. She's like, yo, the train thing done. Tata, figure it out. Find out who you need to talk to keep it. Who do you even call as assistant? Like who do you call?
I think the first thing to call is the city.
who do you call? Who do
The
you reach
city.
out to keep the Metro open?
We will pay y'all.
I'll never forget more dope hip hop moment. If you guys remember tomorrow, Real Hip Hop Heads, when JC had the whole Rockefeller team up there, I think it was that hot. And he went through all the commercial when he did the Dare Summer. If you remember when he did Dare Summer, he's like, you know what, Flex, okay. And there's a girl on this team that Jay called out. He's like, yeah. We're paying all the commercials. It's okay. We're going right through. We're not paying no bills. We're going to go all through the commercials, man. Boy, I love that run, man.
Yeah.
50 Cent had one of the most beautiful runs in hip hop. That mixtape run 50 had, boy.
Yo, his concert, like 20 years later, the same album, and everyone is still vibing to it.
If you guys have not seen Tony Ayo on Drink Champs talking about, like, Tony Ayo got some real deep 50 stories, talking about when he was sleeping on 50's sofa, when 50's living with his baby mom, how 50 and Preem went at it. 50's really that guy, like, guys like, you know when I look at stories like 50 Cent and Kanye, guys that were kind of like counted out, guys that they believe, hey, listen, won't make it. They told Kanye, shut up and just make beats.
Yo.
Imagine if Kanye took that criticism and said, you know what, I'm just going to make beats.
And internalized it.
We would have never got 808s on Heartbreak. We would have never got Runaway. We would have never got Jesus Walks.
Yeah.
Imagine if Kanye never took it there. And I think Kanye is the one of the most polarized
But it
people in
speaks
hip-hop of all time.
volumes to, like, yeah, their mothers were in different worlds, right? But it speaks volume to how much a mother can nurture their son and could feed into their son. Because even though 50 Cent's mom was in the game and Kanye's mom was a teacher, they both fed some type of like pride into their son to make them feel that they're bigger than this world tells them what they are.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think one of the biggest things for me, and one of my biggest inspirations to do radio, and we don't talk about Big Tigger in the Basement. If you wasn't excited to watch Big Tigger in the Basement at 4 o'clock on BET for your friends or cousins that did have cable, I didn't get cable to grade 9. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't get cable to grade 9. You know, I had to go by Alex's house. Big Tigger was at 4 o'clock. And it was like every Haitian basement had the sofa, had the TV, had the booth. And it was such a chillax kind of vibe, bro. It was kind of laid back. And that's what kind of inspired me to get into radio. I've always tried to recreate the Big Tigger vibe. And in 2023, we're not in the basement, we're in the sneaker store. And sneaker culture is a subset of urban culture, which is part of hip hop. So yeah, man. So this is our version of Big Tigger in the Basement.
Listen.
Where DG kicks with the shoes. That's
Listen,
where we at.
Who fed into you?
Who fed me what, food?
Yo, this dude. Oh my God, this guy, I can't take him seriously.
It can't be my mom. My mom always told me
Why can't it be your mom? Mama, call in right now. Call in
I can't
right
find the
now.
chord. I
You
gotta
hear what
find
he
the chord. We're gonna play
You
some
hear what he
music.
said? He said it can't be my mom. Why so?
What are we doing? A Maya mix? Is this the Maya mix? I gotta find the chord. DJ Nels got a special Maya mix. This is her dedication. I don't know why DJ Nels wasn't on the interview. She was invited. People looking at me like I'm gonna keep DJ Nels away from the interview. Like, how come Nels wasn't there? So I asked the girl. She didn't want me on the interview. You know what I'm talking about, Maya? You and Maya probably cousins or something. I don't know. You and Maya freaking look alike at this point. Who fed into me? No, I've always been nice on the phone. So my mom always told me, you speak like a girl. So I don't know if that fed into me doing this, but she told me I speak like a girl. And then my dad is Haitian, so he thought I was a gangster for most of my life. Then he thought I was Diddy, and now he knows I'm the truth. He's listening right now. Big up to yourself. We free that more. L'union fait la force. Big up to all my Haitian community. Montréal, P9, Dash9, RDP. Bois de Filion. But who fed into me? I don't know, man. Yo, I came up on DJ Envy. I came up on the Clue mixtapes. I thought playing the Clue mixtape and saying Cluminati, and like all like the different cuts. That's what really inspired me. Like the DJ Clue, K Slay, that guy, boy.
Oh yeah.
And I got to meet him, and we're gonna get that interview next. Not from Master Flex. The other OG guy, man. What's his name, man? Mr. C.
Okay.
Mr. C. I came up on those guys. I came up on New York radio, man. I think that was everything, man. And we try to recreate it in our own fashion, being Canadians. I'm always got my mom calling me. I can't find the chord. Don't call me.
Mama, you better give it to him.
I can't find the chord. Okay, DJ Nels is excited. Let me get this Maya mix. Anything you want to say anything about this Maya mix you about to play? You want to say anything about the Maya mix you about to play? Is it?
She's gonna let the music speak for itself.
Okay. At what point is the best of me in the beginning or at the end? Because
Okay.
Okay, I'll stay for the intro. Shout out to everybody on the Facebook, on the YouTube, on the Twitch, man. We got Rito Joseph. You don't know Rito Joseph. He's like the Black Cornell West. He's our Black historian. He's the only one doing Black tours in the whole city. He's like, yeah, I feel like Rito woke up one morning. He's like, you know what? There's only white tours, huh? Like Black people have no influence on Canadian culture.
No. For me, it's just we just needed to understand who we are within the city of Montreal. And I feel like at times when you're Black in Montreal, you just get overshadowed, you know? And we accept that position. So I was like, let me take it upon myself.
No more shadows. Rito's here.
No more shadows.
He making the biggest shadow, 7 foot tall. You know what I mean?
I'm just trying to be part of the solution, just like you guys. It's part of a culture too.
Yeah.
Knowledge and history.
Yeah. I don't want no smoke with Rito. Yeah. Okay, so let's get into this Maya mix. We do have the Maya interview at 8:30. So we'll play the Maya mix right now, and then we'll talk to Rito Joseph, and then after we'll play a little more music, and then after we'll come with the Maya interview, which you guys are all eagerly waiting for. So lead us in, DJ Nels. This is the Guardians of the Galaxy. This is the Maya tribute mix.
There's only one more chaser. Nobody's this hyped this early. They say I'm on drugs, but my only drug is hip hop. You love this life. It's the Morning Detour on the mighty CKT 90.3 FM.
Yes, y'all.
You guys know how we're doing things this morning. Montreal, my city, number every morning show in the country.
The best of you whenever I put my all in.
Now.
Have mommies calling
Bring
for
it back.
the law.
Bring it back.
Ass drop, coops with
When Jay-Z talks to you.
Yes, y'all, Jigga man be ballin'.
Mayo's rubbing on his shoulder, Tata, with the dress on the sparkles.
Whenever I put my all
Yeah.
in, have mommies calling for the law.
Darling.
Jigga and Paulin'. Ass drop, coops with half the top, expose half my knot. Mad when I brag about the cash I got, but I'm used to not having a lot. I'm from the gutter and I ain't the type.
I'm sorry for the Maya. When the Maya drop, and the girls start giving that little slow bubble.
I'm the type to sling heavyweight on the block in every state.
This is the Morning Detour. Let it go. Say what?
While you kissing on my neck, making me feel so. Should I stay? Should I go?
Girl, you know you gotta stay. You ain't catching an Uber. 3 o'clock in the morning. We in the building. It's DJ and Nels. It's the Maya mix. The Morning Detour. Let it go.
It's after midnight and she's on your phone, saying come over 'cause she's all alone. I could tell it was your ex by your tongue. Why is she calling now after so long? Now what is it that she wants? Tell me what is it that she needs? Does she hear about the brand new biz that you just bought for me? 'Cause y'all didn't have no kids, didn't share no mutual friends, and you told me that she turned trick when y'all broke up in 96. What you gonna do when you can't say no? And I feel like stop the show, boy, I really need to know. And how you gonna act, how you gonna handle that? What you gonna do when she wants you back? What you gonna do when you can't say no? And I feel like stop the show, boy, I really need to know. And how you gonna act, how you gonna handle that? What you gonna do when she wants you back?
Miss Maya, get it.
If I had a dollar for all of the time, I thought I found the right one. Nails on the mix. I'd be a billionaire that I could probably ride out and go and buy the right one. I wouldn't mind a dude that could take my attitude and take the time to listen. Someone that understands when I need a little space and when I need attention. But I'm looking for a real direction, with affection, and listen, put it on me. That's what I need. That's what I need. Somebody who can read me, check me when I need to be. Oh yeah, pick me up when I'm falling. That's what I need. So when I find you, I'll never let you get away. Never let you slip away. I'ma lock you down. I'ma lock you down. I'll never look the other way. Never let you slip away. Never let you slip away. I'ma lock you down. Like Aaron, what a boy I need be. And when I'm in your arms, I feel free. Falling, my head floats up in the clouds. In love, I'm proud to say it loud. Like an accident, it happened. Out of nowhere, it just happened. And I ain't mad at all because I'm falling. Head over heels, I'm falling. In love with you, I'm falling. And I can't get up, don't wanna get up. Because of love. Head over heels, I'm falling. In love with you, I'm falling. And I can't get up, don't wanna get up. Because of love, love, he met Marmalade down in old Moulin Rouge, strutting stuff on the street. She said, hello, hey Jill, you wanna give it a go? Get you, yeah, yeah, za-za. Get you, yeah, yeah, yeah. Mocha chocolate, yeah, yeah. Cream lady Mona. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? Yeah, 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 yeah. He's out in a pool while I see freshened up. Boy, drank all that magnolia wine. All her blacks and sheets, waist on the free, yeah. Get you, yeah, yeah, da, 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 da. Get you, yeah, yeah, here, oh, yeah, yeah. Mocha chocolate, yeah, yeah. Cream lady mama. What kind of girl you like? I know my looks can be deceiving. Tell me, am I your type? My main goal is to please you. What's on the schedule tonight? Am I the reason you'll be treated? I hope you have an appetite. So tell me, will you come and spend the night? Love is like, oh, my kiss is like, oh, my touch is like, oh, my back is like, oh, my eye is like, oh, my body's like, oh, and you're kissing me. So what you think of me? Oh, my love is like, oh, my kiss is like, oh, my touch is like, oh, my sex is like, oh, my sex is like, oh, my body's like, oh, and you're kissing me. So what you think of it?
If you remember how Maya's looking sexy on this, when she threw off the lingerie. Ooh, yeah. All the outfit switch up. This the Maya Mixes, DJ Nails. We're available for private bookings. The package is heavy.
Please have no fear. I just wanna love you right. I hope you have an appetite. So baby, will you come and spend the night? My love is like, oh, my kiss is like, oh, my touch is like, oh, my back is like, oh, my eye is like, oh, my body's like, oh, and you kissing me. So what you think of it? Take me there, let's go there. Take me to that great place with windows and beaches. Take me there, wanna go there. Take me there, you know where. Just meet me to that great place with windows and beaches. Sitting here thinking about it yesterday. About what we did and how we used to play. Just the thought of you brings a smile upon my face. It's how it makes me feel to see you every day. Oh, yeah. Nobody knows what we do between me and you. Come on, take my hand to that special place. Smiles come to me. I can't fight no more. 'Cause my heart belongs to you. Listen, up top when I showed up by myself, should have had my homegirl with me to stay on track. 'Cause I laid back with a six-pack and a Maybach. Damn, you put a spell on me. Never seen it coming. All this time you had my line. Wasn't even check it for you, but in person it hit different. Real talk, real you know what you be doing. You got me, you got me, you got me, boy. Say you got me, you got me, you got me, you got me, boy. Yeah, you got me. I thought I was stronger than this. You had me at hello, I ain't used to this. You got me, you got me, you got me.
The Morning Detour on CKUT 90.3 FM.
Sultan Entertainment Canada and Tanya L presents to you the I Am Reggae event. It all goes on Saturday, September 2nd, Labor Day weekend, and featuring live from Jamaica, Rory Stone Love.
The Stone Love sound will play every time. Rory, you drop on double dance.
Alongside Crystal Sound International, James Bond, Selector Blondie, Fire Team, Energy Squad, and Little Vicious. For more information, check out Sultan Entertainment Canada on Facebook. Massive.
Did you undergo a strip search at Riviere des Prairies or Bordeaux detention centers between October 11, 2016 and March 20th, 2020? If so, you could receive up to $2,000 per eligible strip search. Hurry, you have until March 5th, 2024 to fill out the claim form. Visit proactio.ca/searches or call us at 1-866-369-5118 to check your eligibility and fill out a claim form.
The Morning Detour on CKUT 90.3 FM.
It doesn't get more I can't say it.
Revolutionary
than this brother right here. If you guys don't know, Rito Joseph. Rito, did you go back to the motherland? Did you go and help the people on the ground? What?
I did go to Africa. I spent a month and a half in Africa.
Look at this guy. I spent a month and a half in Africa.
I did.
How hard was it in Africa?
Bro, it was dope, man. I went to Ghana. I went to Ghana. I went to Benin, and I went to Togo. Then I ended up going back to Ghana. I'm telling you, I had the time of my life.
All right, Montreal Massive. If you guys don't know Rito Joseph, he's like the black historian. He's educated on one and all on everything black. It's important. Last time you were here, I tell people all the time, you've been on the show like 3-4 times. You're doing the black tour. Me and Tata, we have to come on the black tour. I
did.
No, but we have to go together. Everything's much more fun with my commentary.
I'm like, I did.
Everything's much more than my turn. But I'll let you go. Let's know what's going on with you, what's popping, and how we can be more black.
Listen, I know Rito back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Right now it's Toto, Tata, and Wee Wee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we don't know Tata. Is Toto your non-slave name? That's what we're going on?
That was an affectionate name given to me, in the neighborhood where I grew up, Saint Michel. So that was
it's a dangerous place. There's a lot of police in Saint Michel.
Once upon a time.
Listen, I remember walking into the studio.
Yeah.
I was wearing red. I was wondering why people looking at me funny. I didn't get the memo.
Yeah, that was once upon a time.
Once upon a time. We were both in different lives, so it's awesome to see how much we've changed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like we're still the same, but we just like so much better. You know what I mean? So much more educated, so much more eloquent.
Yeah.
All those articulate words. You know what I mean?
You're the only person that knows these big words. You see, Tata got her degrees now, so every day she wants to show people I know words.
That's it. But that's it. She put in work.
I don't like. She was trying to make me feel insecure in the show. I don't like words that's longer than 10 letters. Let's keep it under 9 and keep it cute. You know what I mean?
But I'm one of those who I have degrees, but I don't flaunt my degrees. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't flaunt my degrees.
You literally said in that last show that you're going to be a professor.
I will, but I didn't flaunt no degrees.
Yeah, you know what? Girls came up to me. She's so empowering.
No, I want to make learning fun because, I make learning fun for myself. I do self-learning, so I want to.
They're going to kick you out of school. What are you going to wear as a teacher?
Whatever I want.
Well, there you go. That's the problem.
Whatever I want.
That's gonna be a problem.
Now, if people could go out there with synthetic breasts on that are down to their hips, okay, I think I could wear whatever I want.
So are you going to go dress like a dancehall party?
No, definitely not. I'm going to be presentable, but I'm going to be like me.
Nels, you hearing this madness? I guarantee you guys, next week is I messed up. Nels is mad with me. I forgot to bring the longer XLR cord. Nels is going to have her permanent mic as of next week. You guys will hear more. Boy, because Nels got this drop. That Morning Detour playlist. How she do the thing?
No, she went, ooh.
Don't worry, Joe Black is coming next week. That's some new jobs. So Rito, back to you.
But yes, like we say, we have Rito Joseph, aka Toto, lecturer, historical guide, entrepreneur, community activist. You know what I mean? Like you're a facilitator. You do workshops. Black History Month is your month. It should be called Rito Month.
Yeah. Talk that.
You know, Black History. You already know there's a few people that we see all the time, and Rito's face is definitely up there.
Yeah, but I make Black History every day. I don't need a month.
Yeah, exactly.
yes,
Shout out to that. 365 days all around.
I want to see you beef with Svens. I think you and Svens are the two most culturally important Black figures
But
we
they
have
do
in
a
our
lot of collabs together.
You do a lot
You
of
guys just
collabs.
did something together
in Montreal
for
North.
Emancipation Day, no?
No, not for. Well, yeah, in Montreal North, we had something going on for Hood Star. Emancipation Day, we didn't do anything this year, but throughout the year, we collaborate. We work with the youth in different parts of the city. Shouts to Vince. We out west, out in the east, and then we're just trying to be part of the solution.
Yeah.
So in the name of unity, peace, and love,
Yeah. Shout out to that. I also saw that you've been doing some stuff with Little Burgundy.
Yeah. I had I would say some sort of commercial going on with Little Burgundy Shoe Company and Reebok. And then they sponsored some of my tours, and we collaborated, and we had we also had a reel together. So that was cool. Little Burgundy, shouts to them as well, and Reebok.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah.
I
seen it.
Yeah.
I see Tracy Paul was in there. I seen Cozy the Visionary
Tracy
was
Paul
in there.
birthday this weekend. Shout out to friend of the show, Tracy Paul. We love Tracy.
It was directed by Nkosi, my man Nkosi. Shouts to Nkosi, Tracy Paul. She was also definitely part of the team. And then we just put in work.
But talk a little about your tours, because I know when I went on the tour, it was the one that you were doing downtown more, like around like Palais de Justice and thing.
Yeah.
And now you transferred over to Little Burgundy, and you're highlighting more like the history of Bergs and everything like that. For people who have never been on your tour or who don't follow you, just like give our listeners a little inside scoop.
Yeah. So what I do is that I started this company called Black Montreal Experiences, right? So I revisit some of the presence, the history of people of African descent within Montreal, different parts of the city. I started out in Old Montreal because for me, it only made sense that if we live in Montreal, the oldest district, the oldest neighborhood, it has to have the most Black history, or at least the oldest history that we know of.
Yeah.
And then I transitioned to Little Burgundy. Well, I was doing both actually, but I transitioned to Little Burgundy because Little Burgundy is like the Black Mecca of Montreal.
Yeah, it's the Black Harlem.
It is. It is the Black Harlem. It was known as the Harlem of the North.
It used to be very dangerous as well.
Yo, listen, man. I remember when we used to go play ball out there. Yo, to walk from the Metro all the way to the center.
Was that Vanette Park, Alex? Is that Vanette Park?
Campbell Park.
Oh, yeah, Campbell Park.
Oh, Oscar Peterson now.
Yeah.
And you walk from the Metro all the way to go play at the
George
Sports Center.
Yeah.
Crazy. But unbeknownst to a lot of people, this is also where Pan-Africanism, the root of Black culture, emerged from in Montreal. We talk about historical figures such as Marcus Garvey that used to be around Little Burgundy, the jazz culture,
NCC.
NCC. A lot of activism going on in that part of the city. So for me, it was only right that if I had to work on something that had to do with Black people, I would start where it originated from.
I want to put a point of notice. I think a lot of Black people that live in Montreal won't even think to themselves, have the presence of mind to think to themselves, hey, listen, there's Black culture here. And and for you to have the foresight, it's like, yo, there's no way that we've been here
for so long.
We have no culture here, right?
I don't think people don't know their Black culture, but when you lived it, like even when my grandparents came here, they were in Little Burgundy first. At a certain time when a lot of the English Caribbean people were migrating to Canada, Burgundy was the first place. Like my grandparents got married at Union United Church because my grandfather was a porter, and like that was the only church that would marry Black people.
Yeah.
Eventually when it started getting more violent, which you already know is systematically done because you have a prominent neighborhood of Black people. What else to do except to destroy it? You know what I mean? And then people started dispersed. A lot of them moved to DG. A lot of them moved
on the South
Shore and stuff like that.
I love the South Shore.
But a lot of our history, especially the Bajan community, the Jamaican community, even some Vincies, you know what I mean? Like it really originated in Bergs.
Do you guys feel like there's a common feeling like, because the point I was trying to make is like, I don't feel that a lot of Blacks in Montreal feel like there's a Black history in Montreal.
But you know why, right?
Well, this is why you're here.
Because in Montreal, there's the conversation that we prioritize is the ethno-linguistic one.
Yeah.
We prioritize language over culture.
Mm.
We prioritize language over nation, over ethnicity. So then you have a lot of people who, even in schools, I've been to French school, I've been to English school. And even in schools, the way they teach history is that it's first of all, we know it's biased.
Yeah, definitely biased.
Secondly, it's in order for you to have an understanding of not only just Black history, but it's like, okay, these are the good ones. The French were the good ones. The English were the bad ones.
Yeah.
And then
that's the narrative that they're selling.
If you
that's
speak
it.
French, you're with the good ones. If you speak English, you're probably with the bad ones. So
Yo, they're the only ones I know that celebrate wars that they lost.
that's,
no.
That's really important. That's it's as crazy as it sounds, though. That's definitely part of the curriculum.
You got to say that one more time, and that's that riverboat shit. That's that riverboat shit. Because the South lost, but they swear they really won because they have the numbers, right?
Yeah.
So much,
just like Vietnam.
So much. I had to say that.
No, for real. Celebrate like wars that they lost is crazy. You know
Me
what
and
I mean?
Taco are gonna create a movie. Nelson's doing the score with RG and DJ Maddie. I believe that there was black fur traders. We were taught. Remember, we were taught in history class.
That's not that you believe. Of course, it's a given.
Well, it's bad enough that people don't assume that there were like black indigenous
Look up George Bonga.
See, so I'm talking about. We're gonna do the George Bonga story because you're telling me we came over from Nouvelle-France. It was Jacques Cartier. I remember my historical ID too in it. I remember what's going on. Alex was with me. So you tell me we came over. There's no man's them. We came over to Nouvelle-France, which is now Quebec and whatever, and there's no man's them, right? So this happened. You tell me there wasn't a crew of man's them on the fur trade. You tell me if I give you the fur, you give me the thing. Yo, we've been fur trade. We're doing the fur trade. It's gonna be like our version of Harder Day Fall. We keep giving up every Friday. We keep giving away so much marketing ideas. Maggie's mad at us when we have meetings. We're giving away so much gems for free. And Coach is gonna go run with it. He's gonna get Steve Daniel. He gonna yo, I don't run away from my hate. I saw in Coach at the sneaker show. I said, yo, y'all keep showing love to Steve Daniel and say justice. You guys know I'm nice as shit. Stop it. Can I get a feature? Can I get a documentary? Something?
Nah, but you're right. Listen, we've been here from the get-go.
Yeah.
Even actually Quebec or New France, whatever you want to call it, they say it was actually founded. So they say it was founded by Samuel de Champlain.
Yeah.
Yo, when Samuel de Champlain arrived here, he was with a black man, Matthew da Costa.
Yeah.
So even that, but even
why don't they ever talk? I learned about that later in life, but they're not teaching that in the curriculum in school.
Because education, especially this type of education,
it's a weapon.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm not talking about our education, but education is the best way to perpetrate discourses of varying power dynamics, of gender ideology, and other ideologies, racial ideologies.
Yeah. Samuel de Champlain had a man's them with him.
Yeah.
I know it's going above everybody's head, but that's crazy. When you
Facts.
We're gonna do the movie about the black
he
fur
had
traders.
been here before. That's the thing too. This is what I want people to understand.
And he spoke like a bunch of languages.
He spoke multiple languages: French, Portuguese, Dutch, indigenous language.
Who taught him that?
That means he's been around varying communities.
And he's been here before. Like, yo, people think about Canada. Oh, Jacques Cartier, 1534. Yo, we've been here, but way before that too.
Yeah, and they came late too. Like they came late.
There's an historian, I forgot his name, in the 70s. He had done a research about how Africans came here in North America a few thousands of years prior to.
Hold on, what are you talking about?
He was canceled.
Hold on, what are you talking about?
I got his. I'm gonna send it.
We was here before. We gotta do the documentary. We got
like even if you study people in the Pacific Islands, the boats that they created were created so that they could go upstream, like against the wind. You know what I mean? And they have certain fruit and vegetables that are only found in like southern America. You know what I mean? So it's like,
look at this, boy. And they say we wasn't the top urban morning show in the country. We educating.
Y'all know Mansa Musa?
yes.
Richest
One of
man
the
ever.
richest African man
Richest
in the
man
entire
ever.
world. Apparently, he had a parade of all his gold, and it took months to
You know why that
transfer his
happened?
gold. Why?
The person, his predecessor on the throne, the Mali Empire, which is the richest empire of all time, Mali Empire, his predecessor was Abubakar II, who had abducted the throne because he left that zone of West Coast Africa, and he sailed the Atlantic Ocean and landed in Brazil in 1310. So 180 years prior to Christopher Columbus. And when he abducted the throne, Mansa Musa was the second. He was the second in command. He ended up, being in charge, and then he did he did go to Mecca and all that. I'm gonna have a little something against that story, but however, Mansa Musa came to be known because of Abubakari too, who was a scholar who had studied at Timbuktu University and Core University in Timbuktu, who was probably one of the first universities in the world in Africa. You know what I mean? So
isn't there like some discussion about like even the Greeks, Alexander the Great, coming down into Africa and learning from the Africans and everything like that? Yeah.
He was a short
and like
guy,
a lot of the women were in the
Plato,
libraries too. You know what I mean? Women were librarians and they were like the knowledge keepers and everything like that. Like, yo.
Well, we also, my bad, not to cut you off, but even back then in Africa, we had dynasties of women, black women, the Kandake dynasty.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot of women. It's Nubia before Nubia, and it's just ran by women.
Yeah.
Kandake.
Kind of like the Dahomey tribe.
It was like that Woman King movie. See, everyone thinks, oh, it's just a movie. No,
it's real life.
happened.
I didn't watch it.
Honestly, I hate the way they talk. Why? You know,
Rito's like it's not historically accurate. But Rito, I want to ask you.
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
I don't know how anybody listening to you talk right now can even ask himself, why aren't you teaching the course at McGill? Why isn't Concordia knocking at your door and say, hey, listen, we'd love to give you a little tenure. We'll come to you're a smart educated guy. You went to the places. You went to Africa. Like, you're not just, I was in the library, I was reading books. You went and spoke with the people.
Yeah, I did.
That's why I give people like yourself and Sven's deep respect, because you guys go on the front line. What I don't understand is that how come McGill's not knocking at your door? How come how come Vancouver University not? Why isn't Carleton calling you? You should be teaching classes all across the country and it should be paying you tenure.
Yeah, but I've been collaborating with McGill and Concordia on like different projects. But I have to tell the people I'm self-taught, so I don't come from academia, right? So and the reason why I collaborate with they collaborate with me is because they respect my research. So I've been working on a few projects, but I see myself as being part of the solution. I think what I'm trying to do is that prepare the younger generations of professors, teachers, politicians, in order for them to have at least this common understanding of who they are and how to navigate this platform, this society in which we live in. But as for me, I'm just a humble servant. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to be here, trying to be part of the solution.
Yeah, he's like a nicer Umar Johnson. like me.
Don't tell me you be calling everybody queens and kings. Like, because some people are peasants. You know what I mean? Just saying. But
they have to be peasants now.
Listen, but what do you have coming up?
It's about the energy. What I have coming up, right now, I'm working on my first book.
Oh.
I'm working on my first book. I'm working on my first book, actually / exhibition for next year. It's gonna be at Darling Foundry. So it's an exhibit. It's about a certain time, in the history of Montreal that has to do with Black people. It has to do with police brutality, but it also has to do with the omission of our, Black corpses in history within the local scene. And what else do I have going on? I'm working on a documentary as well. I'm doing my first screenwriting as well.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Shout out Nkosi. I'm working tightly with Nkosi. That's my man right there.
We try and get Nkosi on the cheap, so we try and get that family.
What else am I working on? I'm gonna have new tours coming up too. I work on tours in Côte d'Ivoire. I have Côte d'Ivoire coming up.
Okay.
I have NDG.
Oh, finally, high five. Okay, now we talking.
I need to come on that Côte d'Ivoire tour. We call it Snow Hill now.
Snow Hill, that's crazy.
Snow Hill.
I have Lachine. Are
you jealous? Because what are you gonna call DG? DG is just 2 letters.
Listen, I have 3 generations in DG. How many people can still say they have 3 generations in the same hood?
Yo,
I got 3. I used to have 3 of them in Saint Michel.
Okay, high five. I feel you.
I got Saint Michel coming too. I got Hochelaga.
Oh, Hochelaga is gonna be dirty.
Yo,
that's gonna be a filthy one.
As crazy as it, and Hochelaga has some Black history too. That's what's even crazy about it.
Where are you finding this information? Is it in a book or something? Like,
archives too.
So what? Valley Plant opened up the archives for you?
I'm a researcher. I don't need her permission. I'm a researcher.
And it's funny when you look at those archives, they literally have stuff that's blacked out.
Yeah,
it's nuts.
Why?
What you read, you just it's sometimes it's hard to decipher, but you just read. Yeah. I'll be going through.
Yeah.
He's on that Sherlock Holmes thing.
But for people who are listening to you right now, how could clock in? So how could they follow you? Websites, socials, handles, all that jazz.
I'm on social
Loctician.
media. I'm on social medias. But my website is www.ritojoseph.com. You'll find me on all the platforms. My name is Rito, RITO Joseph, JOSEPH, Instagram, Facebook. What else? I think that's about it. I don't have many social media platforms. I'm not yet on TikTok. I'm not on Twitch. I'm not on Snapchat.
Well, when you're doing those other tours, you got to come back on the show and talk about it. You know what I mean? And your documentary and all that.
Yeah, and I have one coming soon. It's about the Underground Railroad in Montreal.
Ooh.
We'll get you back for that. We'll talk about that more. We'll get you back for that. Yeah. You'll connect with us, get you back close to that. So also, before we cut to a musical break, I know you guys all eagerly waiting to my interview. Afrobeat versus dancehall tonight. Follow the Rhythm. Make sure you go and follow the Rhythm's page. Also, Functions having their 1-year anniversary. That's down there in Notre Dame. And also, West Island is having a pop-up shop Saturday as well. So check that out, man. We're going to put those flyers up there on our social media, Detour 514. This has been
and also International Youth Day, Saturday, August 12th at the Jamaican Association.
Shout out to Prezi.
Shout out to Sabi. Sabi's daughter is going to be there displaying her art, having a little mini art pop-up. So.
And also, there's Maya tonight at Parc Olympique, free concert, TD Center, TD Scene Stage.
Olympic Park.
Yeah, Olympic Park.
Yeah, Olympic Park.
Yeah, she's here.
Maya's here.
Yeah, she's here right now.
For Festival Fierté Montréal.
So we're going to play some music. DJ Nels has been fantabulous this morning. Got a lot of good reviews. We're going to play some music. And after that, we have the Morning Detour exclusive. The R&B icon, Maya, joins the show. We're going to play that interview. So great stuff, man. It's the Morning Detour on the mighty CKT 90.3 FM.
There's only one more chaser. Nobody is this hyped this early. They say I'm on drugs, but my only drug is hip hop. You love this life. It's the Morning Detour on the mighty CKUT 90.3 FM.
Now it's on the mix.
Hey, hello, they know, hello, they know, hello, they know. Shout it low, I got flavor. Plus you know the kid got the paper. Like 40, don't save them. Bankhead, been pulling caper. The way he dropped, would've thought I had a taser. Call me street. Like a razor, shout it low, ATL, I'm the mayor. Put my gear, be Taylor. Every day and then shout it, Mike Rock Taylor. Millionaire plus, I got acres. Yeah, no more no flavor. Here go all my haters.
Now it's on the mix.
Rockstar lifestyle, might don't make it. Waste, living liar, everyday click, waste. Sipping on purpose stuff, rolling up stanky. Wake up in the morning, 10 o'clock, drink. Party, let's all get waste. Shake it for me, baby girl, do it, waste. I'm so wasted, she's so wasted. Tell the bartender, send me 20 more checks.
Yeah. She's on the building. Sound says, blood in, blood out. I'm a boy. Yeah, Chico on the team now, man. You fucking with the kid. Pat Breezy. Fly tight, man. We doing real big over here, man. But check me out, y'all. She's a very freaky girl. Don't worry about her mama. She's her shoes here tonight. Then you get a number. Then you get some in the front seat. Then you get some in the front seat. She's a very freaky girl. Don't worry about her mama. She's her shoes here tonight. Then you get some.
There's only one more chaser. Nobody's this hyped this early. They say I'm on drugs, but my only drug is hip hop. You love this life. It's the Morning Detour on the mighty CKUT 90.3 FM.
The Morning Detour on CKUT 90.3 FM.
Montreal, my city, welcome back to the Morning Detour. Weezy Moon Chaser and Tata. Tata, this morning, you didn't put your jersey dress on. You remember those high school parties we went out when Best of Me came out? When Case to the X, I remember crying in my bed to this song. Oh, the drama. I'm about to cry. We made it, Tata. This is the biggest show we've ever done.
I can die happy now, officially.
No, we are good. Montreal, my city, tonight. Performing at Fierté Montréal, the annual LGBTQ plus Pride Festival at Esplanade du Parc Olympique, CNTD. This performer right here, she's a singer, songwriter, record producer, dancer, actress, philanthropist. She sold millions of albums worldwide. She's won a Grammy. She is hip-hop royalty. Let me tell y'all, man, she's a pop cultural zeitgeist. I had to Google the word Tata. She transcends everything. We'd like to welcome to the show, Miss Maya Harrison. How are you doing, Maya?
Hi there. I'm good. How are you? How's life treating you?
Oh, we're great. We're
Life
great.
is amazing now. I swear.
So Maya, let's kick it off here, man. Over the last 25 years, you've been doing this music thing. You sold millions of albums. You've worked with legends. You have classic hip hop songs, Best of Me, to the X, Lady Marmalade, Ghetto Superstar. Love. Reflect on your state because I feel like you still look great. The music still, man. I loved you on that song, Worth It. How do you, when you look back at your career, thinking about you came into the game at 18 and you see yourself now, is it what you expected?
I've never had any expectations. I just expected to have fun, and that I have done, and I'm still continuing to enjoy myself, and making sure I protect that space because I really love the arts. So it's, I've had a lot of breathtaking moments. Meeting icons and performing with them, and it was a dream come true. And sometimes I never even dreamt of the things that happened, but I'm just getting started and really excited about what's to come. The growth is inevitable.
Okay, you're talking about moments. What would you say? What moment stands out for you? I know you've done so much, but I know there's a 1-2 story in there. There's a moment that really sticks out for you.
Well, of course, performing with Patti LaBelle, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, getting a call from Prince, opening up for him at the O2 London. There's just so many breathtaking moments. And those moments I've had to pinch myself and remind myself that, hey, remember always who you are. You can lose sight of who you are, but there's a gift there. Tap into it, protect it at all costs, and, follow love, follow the joy, and always remain a student.
Yeah, you got to keep on learning. Is there anything that you would have done differently? Or are you okay?
I would never have done anything differently because I believe, the journey is not supposed to be perfect. Your mistakes are your greatest teachers. I'm alive and healthy and well, and my well-being is intact. My sanity is intact. So I think if I changed anything, I might have ended up somewhere else. So I'm happy with where I am, and even more excited about what's to come. Next week, by the way. Isn't it? So, I'm really, really happy. I'm very proud of myself and everybody involved. It takes a team.
Well, we're more than happy. We're ecstatic right now, and this is definitely one for the books for me. I remember growing up, like Weezy was saying, with the jersey dresses on. We wanted to look exactly like Maya, so it's so awesome just having you here with us today. And tonight, actually, you're going to be performing at Fierté Montréal, the annual LGBT+ Pride Festival in Montreal. What does it mean? What does it mean for you to be part of such a pivotal festival, and what kind of performance can your fans expect?
So excited. It's my favorite place to be in the world, on stage. Pride festivals are everything, and it represents being who you are, sticking to your truth, not being ashamed, and living proudly and loudly. So I'm always supportive of that, and I will be performing at the Distinction concert, and that is taking place at Olympic Park. Lots of beautiful people and souls will be joining me on stage, off stage, and my performance. I give different types of sets within my show to take people on a journey and an arc, but definitely coming with all of the hits, with special requests online, new material that maybe Montreal hasn't heard before, and of course the visuals and the dance, and of course live vocals.
And the outfits. I saw you recently in like a multicolor outfit. I said, okay, I need that.
Lots of sparkles.
Yeah, and I've noticed that you really do have an affinity with marginalized community, especially the LGBT+ community, with respect to creativity and your shared experience. In a previous interview in 2017, you mentioned that affinity to the community, also aligning your experience with bullying. Can you explain how that relationship was fostered and what it means to you as an artist and a creative?
Absolutely. Well, my friends, my family, my associates, my coworkers, fellow artists, peers of mine are a part of the LGBTQIA community. And beautiful souls, beautiful people, real conversations, real understanding of each other. And I've always been uplifted, always welcome, and I return the same love, always as, first of all, a human being of respect to however and whomever. And I feel that just being human, everyone deserves respect, regardless of adversity, and differences. And I'm there to support always. And it's a place that I love to be, and I feel safe. I feel seen, related to. And yes, there are some intersections of bullying that I can relate to, not fitting in all the time, or being the black sheep of a specific box or genre or clique or community industry. So we can all relate at some point. But I have a soft place as an empath for those that have maybe been shamed and talked down upon, underestimated, disregarded, rejected, ignored, and chastised. So I love my people, I love my community, and I will always be there to uplift and follow love, which is everything I've always gotten from the community.
And I love that. I love that. And
That's
the message that you portray, especially because you don't just portray it externally, you actually live it with everything you do. So I really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's switch a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about the music. In 2018, you commented on a question about women in the industry being divided. So I'd like to know, what has been your observation in 2022? Because when you came in, you know, there was Aaliyah, there was this one, there was that one. You know, there's such a love, especially amongst the songstress and R&B. Have you seen like a major shift in terms of how women are being dealt with in the industry?
Well, I was always asked about collaborations, and
Yeah.
I think women are not intentionally divided. You know, I think that women are often in the press pitted against each other. And there's always this narrative of competition or the idea of insecurity. But I know, and I'm living proof of, when you work together with women, all of the beautiful things and accolades that come. Lady Marmalade, for example. And it's very refreshing and empowering, and it's a team effort. So I see a lot of that happening more so now than before, which is a cultural pivot. And I'm here for it. I love to see it. It's what guys do. But guys have been in the meetings, the boardrooms, making decisions for the most part in a lot of industries. So when females take that stance and position to do so, the world can see how powerful that is. And whether it's in finance or whether it's in numbers and reactions and the fan bases that show up to see such a movement, because it's energy, it's a synergy that's unmatched. And I love it.
Can you speak on real quick? I've always wanted to ask you, when you guys did Lady Marmalade, how did that kind of come all together? Because you guys were all so phenomenal on that. How did that song, that project come together? Was that spearheaded by you?
A soundtrack brought us together. So obviously on soundtracks, there's business that takes place, and each artist belongs to a specific label, and each artist is their own individual artist. So there were managers involved, there were record labels involved in sort of coordinating all of the pieces and strategizing how we were going to get this done. Hey, soundtrack budgets are no joke. So the means to do so with 4 individual, actually 5, because Missy Elliott was the producer on that song, but also the announcer, and she played a big role in the video as well. So very expensive, but it happens. The there, and we owe it all to the team effort, because that's exactly what it was. It was not just one of us.
It's a very collaborative effort. And what resonates from what you're saying is not just community and fostering a space to have that community, but it's also empowerment. And that's just like what I was saying, how everything you do translate into one another. Because you're also an advocate, right? Where you empower people, you create spaces for people to feel safe and for community. And you founded the TMATF, which is the Maya Arts and Tech Foundation that caters to at-risk youth. You do a variety of other charities that from causes focused on animal protection, civil rights, health, the queer community, as we mentioned. What has motivated you to become so implicated on these social issues outside of the music industry? And what role do you believe other artists should play in terms of advocacy?
Well, for me, it's just a natural progression of who I am. Some of them are invites, some of them are causes near and dear to my heart, my family, my community, my associates, as mentioned before, and my lifestyle. So I get involved in things that my heart is aligned with, so that is pure. And if it's not something that I'm familiar with, I get educated on it so that I can live it, breathe it, and understand it fully to the best of my ability before I represent something. So, you know, there are so many different issues of the world that, of course, I would love to show up for, but sometimes as a one individual, it's humanly impossible to do all at once. But, you know, legacy as well as just wanting more purpose in my life outside of just the entertainment business. It's something that sometimes I quietly do, and often publicly do as well. So as far as other artists are concerned, I say follow what your heart resonates with, obviously, and what your life and your spirit align with, and the rest will follow. But it definitely is a purpose-driven goal, as well as asset to have for yourself, because it is fulfillment at the end to establish your legacy by giving another part of yourself to uplift others.
Yeah, well, that speaks volumes to me, because not only am I a part-time media entity, but I'm also working in social services. So I know, like, it means a lot to give back. And most times people say that you have to look a certain way and, you know, follow a certain career trajectory in order to give back to the community. But you just epitomize that you could do anything that your heart desires and still be a good and caring and loving person. So that's awesome.
Absolutely.
I think one of the most amazing things about you, Maya, is your longevity in the music industry. So you came out from releasing your debut album, Maya, at age 18, to start on your own independent label, Planet 9, in 2008. And today you're still putting out music, you're still performing worldwide. What advice would you give to like aspiring artists coming up into the game?
I did grow up in a time of cassette tapes and vinyl and CDs and record stores. And now we're in the age of streaming, digital. And it's a different time with social media. So it's a self-promoting time where you can get discovered by any financier, brand partner, label, or other artists, producers. The world is yours, literally at your fingertips. Utilize that and utilize technology. You do not necessarily have to spend a big budget in the studio recording. I do believe artists need to obviously hone their skills, perfect their craft. So I believe in investing in your own equipment and always having a place 24 hours, just like an athlete would, to go practice, to go create, to have a space free of charge so that you can become your best self as an artist. And then vent. Get out what you need to get out. Experiment. It's not always going to come out the first time, but that first time doesn't need to be $1,200. You see what I'm saying? You can own that studio. You can own that equipment, and it can be yours, and you can outsource it as well. So I believe in that, but I also believe in team. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to pay $5,000 to a lawyer initially. But you can go to these colleges with students from graphic artists to video production, editing, lyric videos. There's so much out here in the world. Just research and you can find what you need. Legalities are another thing once you start putting things into the universe, because you will need copyright. You'll need to make sure the publishing is squared away if you're not the only person on the song. responsible for the writing, getting signed up for your PRO, performance rights organization, and trademarking whatever your brand is going to be, whatever your logo, whatever your brand, your entity is going to be, your name, so that you can capitalize off of that once things pop off. And secure your domain name. There's a lot of layers and tiers, but I do recommend reading Donald Passman books. They need to be a little updated now because those are books of my era and before, which do not include streaming revenue, etc., and social media and monetizing. But we're adjusting and we're advancing very, very quick with AI and all kinds of rights. But have fun along the way. I believe in prayer and making sure that you meditate as well as know who you are and figure it out as you go as well, if you don't know. But know that when you put your best foot forward and you're very clear in that, you'll end up where you want to be anyways if you, first of all, take care of yourself. Stay away from them drugs and, in the bottle, alcohol, any poison. And that can mean people too. And stay focused as much as possible. There will be mistakes or fumbles or whatever all along the way. But when you're determined to go get it, any path you take will lead you there if you keep faith. And that's what I mean by prayer. So I believe in that side too, outside of the business and all the logistics and the paperwork and the technicalities. Yeah, have fun.
Have fun, meditate. That's exactly what I was doing before this interview. I was taking deep breaths out from the diaphragm.
And everybody's truth is different. It doesn't need to be pretty. It doesn't need to be anything like everyone else's, but yours is yours and speak it. People will resonate with that.
Yeah, I love that. Your last full album with TKO, The Knockout, okay? Open, Open was my song. I ain't the same, no, I ain't the same, okay? And that came out in 2018. Since then, you've dropped a bunch of singles, and when can we expect any new music? And would it be an R&B offering or a mixture of like pop, hip hop, and R&B?
New music is coming August 18th.
Yeah.
It's pop, it's R&B, it's dance hall. It's a summer fun record.
Okay.
Featuring a dance hall legend.
Okay.
My tables are turning already. The wheels are spinning.
She don't want to give us a sneak peek. We can't get a sneak peek.
She's like, no, don't even ask for the name.
You'll get some sneak peeks on social media.
Okay.
We're locked in. We're tuned in and locked in.
August 18th.
Before we let you go, Maya, we have to ask you, all our friends, everyone that's a fan of you, they're like, you have to ask for this. The Best of Me video, the case of the ex. We got to get the backstory, how you kind of came up with that concept for it. I don't know if you want to start off with Best of Me, because to us, celebrating 50 years of hip hop, these are two iconic videos of all times. You can't speak about hip hop without mentioning those videos and without obviously mentioning yourself. So I've always wondered, how did you kind of come up with the video for Best of Me? Because you killed it.
Well, I didn't really do much for that video, but show up. It was just supposed to be a beautiful video with ocean backdrop, and some B-roll from the backstage tour, which I was not a part of. But the song concept came from the original record featuring Jadakiss. Yeah, and Swiss Beats produced that one. Trackmasters did the remix featuring Jay-Z. I was not involved in the video concept because it was just supposed to be baby blue and beautiful, but there was really no concept. It's just, this is showcasing beauty.
Yeah.
That's it. There's no choreography. There are no rehearsals. It's the shortest video set to this. 6 hours max, including hair, makeup, and all of that.
Oh yeah.
And just perform for a couple times in different settings. Maybe 3 wardrobe changes, and that's it.
I want to ask you that. Did you pick the jersey dress, or was that?
No. June Ambrose came up with the concept of a jersey dress. She's an iconic costume designer, stylist, fashion, everything. June Ambrose, that was her baby. She's responsible for the jersey dress, and I just rocked it. Case of the X.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
I cried to that one. You killed me on that one.
The song concept came from a writer named Tracy Hale. Other collaborators are Tab. The music producer is Tricky Stewart. But that was actually a rap song first. And I was cutting in the next room with a different producer at this spot in Atlanta called Red Zone Studios. And we heard it through the walls. We were like, okay, let's see what this beat is about. And we pretty much hijacked it because we thought it should be my song. So it was a rapper song. I'm not sure whose at the time, but yeah, the label was like, yep, that's Maya's. We're going to pay for that. Give that to us right now. And then Case of the X was born from there. Based on my age, what girls may relate to during that time, or women as well, men too. So the video was just supposed to be featuring, obviously, me. There was no rapper or anything on it, and established me as that solo pop R&B girl. Lots of choreography, and so we decided that we wanted to shoot this in the desert, have a little edge to it.
Yeah.
Tina Landon, who worked with Janet Jackson for years as a choreographer, choreographed that video, and I did some choreography as well on my solo. But the video concept was just a group effort with the video director Diane and Tina, the choreographer, and the label and myself.
Iconic, boy. Iconic.
Definitely.
Maya Harrison in studio. Well, thank you so much for your time. Montreal Might City, make sure y'all go out tonight. Is there a time for your performance tonight?
I never know, but I'm always there on time.
So if you guys
I believe I'm going on around like 9:30. But I'm performing for an hour, so like 9:30 to 10:30.
Oh man, an hour of
Fingers crossed with no delays.
Montreal Might City. You guys want to see Maya? She'll be performing tonight at the Fierté Montréal, the annual LGBTQ+ Pride Festival at Esplanade du Parc on a big Sente Day. I will be down there cheering on. I want to see the dance move, the glitters. You do it all. I'd love to see you in more movies, though. I know you worldwide. I know you dancing. I love to see you in more movies. You still look great.
Absolutely. You can check me out in the latest House Party.
Yeah.
A little cameo there. And then I did a Christmas movie in Toronto in 2021. That came out in 2022. So that's on Lifetime television.
Are you staying in Montreal after your performance, or are you going to get to explore the city?
I hear there's an after party, so I may be sliding through. Wherever that is, I'm trying to find out. Who knows? Anything goes with me. I'm always changing my flights so I can see friends that show up that I didn't know were showing up, and have a little kiki moments.
But that's what's up, man. This has been a really dope experience. You're just like real life, man. You're fun, you're bubbly, you're beautiful. This has been great. So Tata, we can stop radio after this, even though we're the only Black urban morning show in this whole city. So
the only English-speaking urban hip hop radio show in Montreal City.
Amazing.
Yeah,
I have to learn some French while I'm here.
Make sure you try a poutine before you leave as well.
Okay, I will. I just saw that one of the menus on Uber Eats.
Oh yeah, you got to.
I had to wait until after I performed for that one.
Yeah, it's heavy. Boy, this has been great. Montreal Might City, man.
Okay.
Hip hop legend, Maya. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
The Morning Detour on CKUT 90.3 FM.
You say that I blow his mind every time I'm activated. You just trying to catch a vibe. CC got you fascinated. Jump up on your brand new ride. BMW riding, baby. I ain't gonna tell you lies. That's just how we roll. You know what it is. How we roll. You know what it is. That's just how we roll. You know what it is. How we roll.
Hey, baby.
What it is. Yeah. Top off summer in the wind. You look at me like that, it can me make another kid. You're my heart, I'm your rib. If I ever had to, for you, I would do a bid. And I can tell that you're ready. 3, 2, 1, it's going down like confetti. Water 10 to 1 shots again. If we feel it on the phone, promise that we're gonna trend. Ooh, don't kill the vibe. You know what I like. Daddy, ooh, it's on tonight. talking or sign. That's just how we roll. You know what it is. How we roll. You know what it is. Like that. That's just how we roll.